So I just came up Harley's Canyon just to see how everything would go. I've got these new Shinko Adventure Trail tires. They're great on gravel roads and just some flat trail roads. And I also upgraded to the KLR Dash right here. This is the standard stock windshield that comes with the Kawasaki, but coming up Harley's going 70-75 miles an hour. I can still feel it hitting my helmet right here. So if I'm going to be doing the long trip to Alaska or something, I got to get the 3.5-inch higher one. But definitely with this KLR Dash, the angle usually pushes up right into your face and kills your head when you're going fast. So moving at that maybe 4 inches up in angle helped a lot just by going up the canyon. You can feel a total difference. I'm going to go up this portion of the canyon, which is the steepest right now, with the camera rolling. And the thing I love about the KLR is you can go up these canyons with some luggage on, which I have here, without any problem, and go up to 70-80 miles an hour, which makes the KLR super nice because you can go on freeway, you can go on roads, you know, that are dirt, and some really pretty rough dirt roads, some single tracks comfortably, some, and it's just a real good all-around bike for the price. So I'm gonna head up the canyon and just stop every once in a while and video and talk about what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put the helmet on and head up the canyon now. So far the ride has been really nice, but I'm definitely going to go for the 3-inch higher screen. It'll help from getting my head beat all up. Well, this is my first flat tire. I'm going to see if I have all the stuff. I hope it works, so we'll let you know in a minute. I was going 70 miles an hour with a flat tire and it just felt a little unstable, so that's a good sign for that being a good tire. So it just felt a little squirrely. Well, it took me about 2 hours to get my motorcycle fixed. Got stuck on the freeway, tried to pump it up, found out that this guy Kent Anderson from Leisure Time Performance was open. He was just there all alone, and he put a new tube in, taught me how to take the tires off, taught me a whole lot about motorcycles and being more prepared out here riding. So I thought I'd put a little shout out for Kent Anderson there here in Evanston, Wyoming. Leisure Time Performance. Awesome guy. Well, this is Moosehead Lake, I believe. Motorcycles parked right over there. I crossed that meadow and it was so swampy that I took my shoes off. So I didn't get my feet wet, but it was super smooth. Now I'm gonna try fishing here and see what I get. So I got a fish way out there. Let's see if I can film this without any, just my fingers holding it on here. There we go. Oh, got off again. I have a barbless hook, so I don't have to take them off. They come off easier. I left my GoPro over on that table. A nice gentleman in that van asked me if it was mine. Also, I got a flat tire, as you saw in the video, and I found a guy who was just ready to close up, who was a cool as heck guy, who helped me put a new tire on and taught me how to be a little more prepared with rides like this. I need to make sure I have a spare tube, front and back, and the tools to replace it just in case. And just in case he didn't have the tube. He said I might not have that tube, so I think it's good to do that. And then got to make sure you take breaks so you don't get too tired. And Have fun. I'm going to drive up here to the top overlook and then film a little bit and then take some photos and then head. This is what I learned. When you have someone install your tire and tube, they got to make sure that they blow it up 1 to 5, like he said, like 5 times the guy fixed his tire. To blow it up, let the air out all the way. Blow it up, let the air out all the way. And that will prevent the tire or tube inside from getting a crease in it or a fold. And that fold, which I had on mine, wore through vibration and caused the hole and caused the flat. So make sure you tell the guy who does your new tube, puts a new tube in, that they make sure they inflate it, let the air out all the way, and basically you just take the stem out of there and fill it up, let it out, fill it up, let it out, and then your tube will fill in perfectly smooth and not cause what happened on mine, where a flat came about going 70-80 miles an hour. And the only thing I could feel was a little swirling, so I pulled over and noticed the flat. The other thing he pointed out that you need to watch out for is when you change these tires, they're one directional. See down there the arrow pointing? So you can only go one way, so you make sure when you put the tire back on, you put it on right. He also marked it with a chalk right here, somewhere along here, so when he did take it off, he lined the chalk marks up so that the tire would stay balanced and you wouldn't have to rebalance it. So that's one thing I learned. I also learned, he said you should, the guy who fixed my tire, always have a spare tube front and back. Then this is the KLR dash, and what I found is this height is good, which is the stock one, for about 50 miles an hour. But once you get up to 75 and 80, you probably need to get that 3.5 inch taller one. That'll help. This helps a ton, and moving it up from this angle up to this angle makes a huge difference on when you're riding with the wind.